Eagles.
I'm going to take the Rams plus 3.5. Best second half team in the league. Stafford's the highest rated quarterback. But more than anything, it's the number one scoring defense in the league. Both opponents held under 20. Not only are they getting to the quarterback, 8 sacks from 6 different players. This defensive front is gnarly. And the Eagles offense, they have 3 plays, just 3 plays all year, over 20 yards. It's a BB gun, despite a great O-line in Saquon Barkley. I don't get the number. Eagles offense trying to find its way. Rams defense getting better by the quarter. I'm going to take the Rams to upset them 27-23.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game because I think this is an important game for both teams. I think it's hard Colin saying this in terms of saying they're the best at this and the best at that, and the Eagles are only this, that it's 2 games. So saying that this is the best scoring defense or the best second half, and it's just like both teams played 2 games and 2 completely different opponents. I mean, it just, any type of bottom line numbers right now or rankings to me, whether they're positive or negative, just doesn't mean anything to me. I think the Rams are awesome, and I'm incredibly high on the Rams, but like judging their defense, how they played against the Houston Texans and C.J. Stroud, whose offense is an absolute mess, and going up against rookie quarterback Cam Ward, it's like that tells me nothing. That tells me absolutely nothing. And so I'm excited to see now what the Rams look like against the Eagles. And I'm excited to see what the Eagles look like against the Ram Tech. It's hard for me to also figure out the Eagles as confidently as I won, especially if I'm going to not use last year as a strong reference point, because it's like, okay, they played the Chiefs, and it's like, but the Chiefs aren't full strength. So it's like, okay, how do we make sense of that? Hey, but their defense is still really good. And it's like, okay, fair. And then the same thing with going against the Dallas Cowboys, like, hey, that offense seems pretty legit. The defense seems to be a mess. And it's like, okay, right. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know how good the Eagles defense is right now. And the offense definitely needs to pick up. And, I think the offensive coordinator needs to do a better job there. Do they start to do that by week 3? I don't know. We'll see. So, and we also know that the Rams really want to win this game. Big revenge factor here. So I think both teams are looking to make a statement here. The Eagles want to be like, nope, we're better than you. We're going to keep beating you. And the Rams want to be like, nope, we're better than you. We were just unlucky last year or whatever. And now we got Devontae, and our defense is even better than it was last year, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is a great game. This is a great game. I see it going either way. I have no predictions whatsoever. My only prediction is that both these teams are not going to go undefeated. So it's just like we'll see when the first loss is, gets dealt here. I'm still looking for clarity for both teams, straight up, just to be 100% honest. I believe both offenses can be better. And I think both defenses, considering the opponents who they played so far, there just needs to be more clarity surrounding it. Again, I have no strong sense, especially if I'm not using last year as a reference point. When you go up against a rookie quarterback in his second game of his career with the Tennessee Titans, it's just like, but that means nothing to me. I mean, it really does. It just means absolutely nothing to me. And then again, CJ and the Houston Texans, like, they've been struggling offensively. So if you watch the game against the Houston Texans against the Bucks, you're just like, what are you doing? What are you doing offensively? What are you doing right now? The Texans have a great defense, so it seems so far, and also their own track record. And we saw that look. We saw what the Rams looked like against that. But again, that was also week 1. You expect the offense to be even better, as the weeks go on. So yeah, I think when you play 2 teams like this who are really good this early on in the season, it's just hard to get a sense of which team is still working things out, which team is in rhythm. Records mean nothing to me at this point. Like, oh, well, they're both 2-0, And it's like that. It's just like, again, what does that mean? Unless you've actually played a variety of teams, like you played the Rams, you played the Ravens, you played the Eagles, you played the this, you played a bad team, you played a great team, you played a division rival, you played at home, you played out away. Like it just, that once you kind of have some sort of sample size here, but I keep hearing other people talk about in other things, oh, they have the best this, the best defense, not the Rams, and now I'm saying any team. And you're just like, babe, based on these rankings right now. And it's just like, we played two games, man. Like we played two games. Like what do we I don't know what we're saying here. K's like, "Oh, they've only attempted like 320 plus yard passes." And it's just like, yeah, the Bills just beat the Dolphins and they didn't attempt a single pass over 20 yards. So it's just like we're talking about two games right now, a 2M sample size, So it's just like I don't know. It's there. There's just not enough clarity to really use any type of rankings as a reference point. So then I just look at it from a perspective of, well, how are both these teams playing right now? And this is where it's always tough with the Eagles too, because they haven't really been known to win. They've always been like a more win ugly type team, where the Rams, on the other hand, Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford and Tukanekwa, Cooper Kupp, obviously at the time. Now Devontae, like it's just there's a lot more art to it. Honestly, it flows in a different way than what we've seen, say, from a Philadelphia Eagles offense. And so just right now, just even visually, you're just like, look what the Rams can do. So got a lot of belief in them, but I am really, really fascinated to see how Stafford looks like against this Eagles defense. And I want to see how this Eagles defense handles two great receivers in Puka Nacua and Devontae, and actually have a great quarterback and a great coordinator, Sean McVay, dialing up those plays. Like that's the first true test of this Philadelphia Eagles defense. And same thing for now, this offense. This will be the best offense that the Rams have faced now, obviously by far. So it's going to be a first real test for their defense. But what's interesting is that the Eagles' offense, from my viewpoint, is far from what it will be or should be. And so I'm just fascinated to see what the plan of attack is for this offense, especially if they need points, because this Rams offense is putting up points. So there's just too many question marks for me, which is great. That's why this is one of the first like really exciting games that I feel as though I'm going to watch this season so far, because there's just, to me right now, I'm actually even more confused than I was at the start of the season, because now we have more data, but the data is just so messy. It's just like again, just using the Rams as the example of this is just like playing the Titans and the Texans. I'm just not sure what to do with that. And I kept using the reference point for the Bills too. We take away the Dolphins game, it's like they won a wild game against the Ravens, and then they blew out the New York Jets, who are awful and have Justin Fields. Just like, how do we weigh this when we're looking at things this year specifically, and not using last year as too strong of a reference point? So this to me is one of the first true barometer games in the NFL, where it's like, it's been a couple weeks. We can't explain these things by, oh, well, it was just week 1. No, just week 2. It's week 3 now. It's the third game of the season. There should be some momentum. There should be some clarity around your team. The players should be in there, in pretty good form right now. No devastating injuries or random bang-ups where you're just like, oh, well, AJ and Devontae aren't playing, and, well, Puka is not playing. At least not to my knowledge. I'm pretty sure they're all playing. And so we're going to have a good barometer, good team going up against good team. Now we're going to figure out how good, how great. Both sides of the ball. Got to learn. So this is the first barometer game that I'm really coming across that I think like actually matters, because even watching the Bills and the Ravens play each other, it's like technically that's a barometer game, but it's week 1. It's like, it's tough to really have a barometer game in week 1, It's like you would have a better sense of that, of those two teams playing each other week 5, week 6, week 7. So, even P facing the Kansas City Chiefs before I realized that Xavier Worthy was going to be injured and all of that, or that Rashid Rice was now officially going to accept the suspension and play. It was just like, week 2 they're playing each other. It's just like it's week 2, Both teams are still figuring stuff out. What does it all mean? I don't know. And then now, of course, you add the suspension, you add the injury where you're like, well, now I really don't know what to make of that game. And so I'm excited that we finally have like a true barometer game and we'll see how it lands. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Los Angeles Rams versus the Philadelphia Eagles? Who you got, Rams or Eagles? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be a part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.